There's been discussions about this thing we're about to talk about, debate over whether it's worth it. And you know me, guys. You know me. I don't take anything for granted. I will try it myself. You could say, Luke, save your money. And I would say, I'm a YouTuber. I love wasting money. You should know that. And if we really don't like it, we can refund it. Very easily. This is the Horizon Remaster. DLSS, dynamic resolution scaling at 60. Is that for the frame rate? I don't know. DLSS is gonna, or the frame generation is gonna turn off VSync. So I'll leave that on. I'll leave that off. I want to see without dynamic resolution scaling what it's like. Cinematic letterboxing. That all looks good. Okay. Let's just go for it. Let's go for it. Let's see what it's like. Let's see what it's like. Wah, 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 wah. Triangle, circle, XD. Yeah, squares look kind of like D's. I said it. Contrast, sure, that looks good. Display subtitles, sure, whatever. Privacy data limited, being part of the PlayStation community. So this is the PSN requirement. This is what is causing the game to currently get mass downvoted on Steam. The original version that was on Steam did not require a PSN account. This version does. I already have my PSN account attached to my Steam account because of Helldivers, but this is something people are quite frustrated by. Again, it's such a weird hill for PlayStation to die on. I don't understand why it's like this big of a deal to them, why they're so insistent on getting your email address and signing up for PlayStation stuff. I think it's because they want to launch their own PlayStation launcher. And here's my theory, okay? I'm putting it out into the universe. So if I end up being right, people can come back and see this and be like, oh my God, Luke was right, okay? Because I was right about them making a Suicide Squad game. I was right about the Microsoft acquisition of ZeniMax. Like sometimes 1 in 100 times, I'm right about stuff. So let's see if I'm right about this. My suspicion is that they're going to launch a PlayStation launcher, okay, on PC. Kind of like the Epic Games launcher or Ubisoft or EA. However, I think what they're going to do, that's why they're collecting email addresses, all this, trying to get it normalized. And then what I think they're going to do, I think what they're going to do is they're going to offer like cross saves across PlayStation and PC. Ideally, I'd like them to offer cross buy. So you buy it on PlayStation, you can play it on PC too. I don't think they'll do that. I think they want to double dip. Let's just be honest. But I think what they'll do is they will allow people to cross save and stuff, but only if you are playing through their launcher. So they're going to try to force you in there. Like, it's just an added feature. That's why we did it. And they're trying to get those email addresses. They're trying to get it so there's as few speed bumps associated with it as possible. Whether they still sell on Steam kind of remains to be seen. They might, and then it launches in the PlayStation launcher or whatever, but it does feel like PlayStation is a solid like 5 years behind everybody else in trying to make their own launcher a thing. But there's already been leaked like code from data miners that have found hints at a launcher, and whether they end up doubling down on it or not, I'm not sure. If they do it, I would expect they launch it alongside Marathon, like late next year. I think that's when they would do it. PlayStation Overlay will require you to provide both your credentials again once on this system. Do you want to do this now? Oh, we require you to provide your credentials once again, or again once on this system. So because I've already logged in, I can skip it. But if I want trophies and stuff, I have to log in again. What if I skip? Weaseltron. That's fantastic. I love that. Okay. Right into it.
Can't stay in today. We have a ritual to perform, you and I. Here. Wear this. It belonged to my daughter. Good.
She does look much more human as a baby. Previously, she looked like a carved potato, but now she looks more human. I'll give them that. I expect that this is basically just going to be like an overhaul to foliage. And I've seen some stuff where they've overhauled like the water. They've done a bunch of reworking there. But like, again, the big problem people have had with this in concept is just that the game already looked really, really good and is not that old. And we all know what this was for. There was an attempt to get a Horizon live action show produced. It has since fallen apart. They are not doing it anymore. It's been pretty much put on ice indefinitely because of allegations with the showrunner, I think it was. There's a bunch of stuff with it. It's a mess. But people, they were trying to make it a thing. They were trying to do that. And I think this was an attempt to kind of do the Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 thing, where they wanted to have this out at $50, which is how much this costs if you don't own the original version. And they wanted to get this out in time for the show so that when people were buying it for the first time, they'd be buying it at a much higher price than the original version, which was on sale for like $20. And that's the thing. Like, the original version, there was nothing wrong with it, but now that's gone. If you want to buy Horizon and you have not bought it yet, it's $50 now. And the original version is like $40. They raised the price from $20 to $40. So you can buy it in a bundle for $40 and then the upgrade for $10, or you can just buy this and you're fine. But it's very transparently just an approach to justify raising the price of this 7-year-old game, soon to be 8-year-old game. And now that there's no show, it just kind of feels out of place. It feels really random. But I think when they greenlit this years ago, the goal was to have the show coming out around this time so that they'd kind of line up so they could capture some extra cash from people. And it didn't obviously work out, but I think that that's why this exists in the way it does. But it just, again, like reaffirms the PlayStation of the PS5 era as this like company that has really lost their creative flair. Like, they are so focused on trying to cash in on the easiest thing possible, whether that's remasters or remakes. Like, I think eventually we'll see, maybe next year, we'll start to see stuff from like Naughty Dog, and we'll see more of Ghost of Yotei, and we'll see some of the stuff they've been working on. But it feels like for half this generation, there's just been close to nothing really impactful that's been exclusive to the PS5 gen. We've gotten God of War Ragnarok, which was really good, but that was cross-generational. Forbidden West, of course, but other than Helldivers, it doesn't feel like there's been a whole lot of super heavy hitters. Spider-Man 2, but I thought that was just fine. It wasn't amazing or anything. I know some superhero fans are probably going to be really offended by that, but I just didn't find it to be that impressive. It was like, yeah, it's more Spider-Man. Like, it's fine. It just didn't feel super amazing. It was down 78% to €12. Oh, really? Yeah, too bad. Now you get to pay 50 for it. Sucks to suck, dude. Sucks to suck. Okay, now that this sequence is over, we should get to see it actually in action. Come on. Frozen Wilds is included. Normal, ultra hard. My problem with Horizon often goes down to the loot systems and stuff. I feel like they rely way too much on random drops and stuff. It drives me crazy. In Forbidden West, it was really bad. Here we go. This is the reworked model. This is actually running at 120. The previous shots were running at like 30 with motion blur out the wazoo. But now this is at like 100. Yeah, she looks more human.
That's a lot of berries. You're quite the gatherer, aren't you, little boss? Now go and see if you can find some more, hmm?
He's cute. I hope nothing bad ever happens to him. I can tell the foliage already is definitely overhauled and cranked up. I know they've also done some redos of motion capture and stuff, but there's also some weird, like, occasional jittering and things. It look like her eyes were going different directions. I don't know. There's a couple little weird things here and there, but it's definitely like improved. Like $50 improved. I'm not so sure. $10 improved. Maybe if you're really into it, but squish. Is that how the sound always was? I don't remember the sound being that weird.
Ross! Down here!
Like she falls into a cave and it's like, is it glitching for me? I don't remember it sounding like that. You want to hear a good scream? You want to hear a good scream? What a scream should sound like?
A guy said he really liked it, and then a bunch of rats ate his face.
That's what we needed her to do when she fell in. I swear to God. Okay. This is it running in real time. Ooh. In the settings, graphics, high, very high. Give me the highest of the high. Terrain, parallax, occlusion maps, field of view. I love the real-time changing. Depth of field, full screen effects, of course. Texture filtering, hair quality high. I mean, it does look way better. The cloth sim is kind of bugged. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what's with the cloth sim. It's like freaking out a little bit. It was doing that in the cutscene too. Is that a setting I have wrong? Is that something I'm doing? I swear to God, they put this out and then Sony just got such a crush on Herman Hulst that they just started promoting the crap out of him.
What's that?
Like it's not bad. I don't have a problem with Horizon. I just don't think it's that good. Okay, let's get up here. I want to see the open world a little bit. The cloth is freaking me out. I don't know why it's doing that. When you think about this as an intro to the game, it is a little bold. Just being like, okay, we're gonna start with a child finding dead bodies everywhere. Mother be praised. Yeah, I can see the improved texture quality. The foliage is way denser. It is, I don't know what's with the cloth though. It's freaking out. But it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. There's no doubt about it. A lot of people are just wondering why like this game needed all of it and needed the price hike. But yeah, I mean, even no matter how high you look, you can see they've really cranked the level of detail everywhere. They've done a really good job. And paired with like the new motion capture, new stuff like that, that's cool. The new models help a lot too, because some of them are really funky to begin with. I mean, it's pretty much exactly what I thought it would be. Like it is a graphical improvement. But whether it's something that like deserves $50 if you've never bought it before, like that's a little harder to justify. But they've also spiked the price of the original version to $40, so you're pushed into buying this version. So I don't know. I'd probably still just wait for the OG version to get a discount. But seeing the Draw to Horizon, like it's not bad. I can understand why people like Horizon. I don't hate Horizon. I think it's fine. I think it's like the quintessential 7.5, 8 out of 10. Like they're not bad games. They're just not that compelling to me.